Moyne was founded in 1946. It's the second youngest of the 28 U.S. Jesuit colleges and universities. We are part of a 500-year lineage of a great educational tradition.
We rely on technology quite a bit in our curriculum. A lot of the national research and emphasis has been on problem solving in a technology-rich environment. A lot of the national emphasis has been on big data and being able to use that. So we use technology every week. We're very, very tech heavy.
Moyne College had started a desktop virtualization initiative and had built out the basic infrastructure. They called Annese Associates in to help figure out how to stabilize that infrastructure and ensure the performance so they could roll out to scale. And for them, the initial scale would be about 350 desktops, eventually rolling to about 1,000 or 1,200 machines. We broke the project up into some primary phases. We started with a health check or an assessment. The assessment was critical to really understand the overall infrastructure, what was working well and what would need some remediation. We then made some recommendations and then embarked on the remediation phase to shore up that infrastructure and make it stable so we could build on top of it.
Think of it as like adding 10 stories on a ranch-style house. The first couple of floors might be fine, it could be sturdy and rock solid, but when you get to the third, fourth, and fifth, you start to notice that the foundation crumbles a bit or might start to get wobbly. Very similar in concept in this situation.
We then moved on to the actual rollout, which involved the testing phase as well as the actual full-on rollout to all the machines around campus.
At the beginning of the project, we were really faced with how do we manage the IT organization better. There'd been a traditional problem with responding to the needs, particularly in the academic side of the house. Faculty, administrators, with the types of tools that they need, particularly software, with updating computer systems on a regular basis. And we asked ourselves, isn't there a better way to do that?
So we found that Moyne College is much like many other higher ed institutions, where desktop virtualization, application virtualization, VDI, these technologies really fit well with higher ed, facilitating a consistent user experience amongst the administrative staff, as well as faculty, and of course students who bring their own devices.
Commuters oftentimes would, it would often take them sometimes longer to do assignments because they wouldn't be on campus able to find a computer whenever that was available.
Desktop virtualization allows things like labs or lab experiences with courses to go online.
This has enabled them to actually access much of this information from home. And as we like to say, you can do this assignment in your pajamas at home. And I think that makes them feel much more comfortable, and you can see them sticking with it longer and having much better results.
We're only kind of touching the tip of the iceberg in what we think virtualization is going to allow us to do. But first and foremost, it has allowed us, as expected, to save on the order of a couple $100,000 a year. We've been able to reallocate one person who was just responsible for supporting desktop technologies to working more directly with faculty on the use of technology. We've also been able to lengthen the life cycle of our PCs, where in the past we'd purchased hardware roughly every 4 years. We're now looking at a 6 to 7 year life cycle. So there's tremendous savings on that.
What was great about working with Moyne is that they were very knowledgeable about their user environment, so it helped us keep within our project timeline.
Through this project, I think that Moyne, their IT staff, and Annese and our team have really pulled together and really built a strong partnership. Through the project, we worked hand in hand. We worked hand in hand not just on the build out and rollout, but also on documentation as well as knowledge transfer, and really built that strong rapport.
It was very clear to me and to my team last year when we initially engaged with Annese that they brought a very critical set of both technical and business competencies, particular familiarity with virtual desktop environments that our staff didn't have. That was crucial to our bringing our academic learning environment online with the virtual desktop technology. They bring a wealth of knowledge and experience that Moyne just can't capture ourselves, and we value that tremendously. We look forward to working with the Annese team and having them continue to complement our staff and augment us in the years to come.